Hi everyone, and welcome to the next part of the high poly modeling of the Soviet machine. So as you know, in this part we're continuing modeling the motor. We've had the main body of the motor almost finished. So now we're going to move in and create the capping part of the motor. In the top side of the object. So now I'm going to start off in the front view by making a cylinder here at the middle. Okay, so I'm just adjusting the size a bit, positioning it positioning it properly, and now I've deleted the back polygon, and I'm going to start creating the shape now, deleting the front as well, and I'm going to start making all the details with the move and the shift tools. Okay, so continuing making the details here, I'm going to use the move and the scale just to get my details right. So I made a scale here. I'm going to extrude those edges here. Again, shift drag, you extrude the edges. Give it a small border here for smoothing sake, So continue with making a small hole here, and again bringing this back because we're going to make that cap element here at the top. Again, continue with the small scale, and at the end I'm going to create that final element here, that will finish off my element, and I think it's looking good. We can go on and continue to the next thing, which in this case will be those elements at the top and at the bottom there for the bolts. So what I'm going to do now is make a cylinder here, reduce the sides to 8 and position it properly on the side there, move it where it should be. Roughly around there. So now I'm going to select those edges at the side, and I'm going to make a connection there, like so. Position it properly and do the same thing on the other side. Again, positioning, and make the cuts here to those vertices at the end. Okay, so what I have to do now is select all of these polygons here, and on that side also. No, actually just those there, and I'll have to delete them. And now I've deleted also half of the cylinder there because I don't need that half. I'm going to move the vertices into place, and attach that cylinder, half cylinder, to the main part. Weld the vertices at the ends like so. And now we're going to cap those holes here by selecting that edge there and uh, shift dragging it to the side, welding the vertices at the end, doing exactly the same thing at the top, welding those vertices. And again, now I'm going to select the hemicylinder here part, and I'm going to select the edges at the front here, shift drag them a bit, weld the vertices, shift drag again, weld those as well, and I'm going to cap my final hole here, or actually I'm just going to delete the polygons at the front, delete those at the side there, make another connection, delete those polygons at the back there, and select the edges here, shift drag them, weld, and shift drag again. And now I have to close that hole here. So again, I'm starting with shift dragging an edge. I'll have to close that hole there. Oops, selected the wrong one. Like so. And now it will be easier for me to cap the end hole there. Yeah, I've decided that I should make that edge first, though it wasn't necessary to do that, but yeah, I've done it anyway. Cap that polygon there and connect the vertices. So now I'm going to continue to harden the edges, actually start making the connections to harden the edges. Okay, so I'm just going through all the side edges, that need to be connected, and I'm making two connections there. Nothing new, so that's why I'm not saying anything. I don't want to, bore you with saying the same thing over and over again. Okay, just one or two places left. Need to make a cut here between those two vertices. I think now everything's looking good. I'm going to make the same. I've decided that this cut is not necessary, and I've deleted the edge there. I'm I'm going to make a new connect here, and I'm going to cut from the last vertex of the new cut to the vertex there at the side. Like so. Okay, so now it seems that this cut here is necessary again. So I've made it once more. But it seems to be having some kind of shading problem there. So at the end I decided that I'm going to undo all the changes I made, go back to how it was before I started to cut here, and now what's going to happen now, once everything is done, I'm going to delete half of this cylinder here, or cylindrical part here. So in order to be able to do this, I'm making the connects here in the middle section of this cylindrical part, because I don't need any N-gons. So I'm selecting the edge there in the middle and making a ring selection, adding a cut here, and I'm deleting half of this cylinder here. I'm going to delete, I'm going to make another copy of the one part that we have ready. I'm going to rotate it 180 degrees and position it properly just so it touches the other part. We could have used symmetry, but I've decided to show you a different way of doing this. Of course, symmetry is faster because it has welding that will help you do everything much faster than go over each vertex. But it can't hurt if you know some other way. It may come useful sometime, like I did here right now. So that's why I'm showing you this. I'm just going to make a weld with a small threshold here, but it's not so easy actually getting such a small amount on the welding place. And yeah, actually, because this part is so small, I cannot get that small weld here, and I cannot finish the job without welding the vertices. So I've decided not to waste my time anymore. As you can see, symmetry is always better than some other way, and that's why I used it here, though I have a small problem at the bottom here for some reason. I'm going to try and fix it here. As you can see, again Max is giving me some problems with the cut. Again, I'm making the connections here, trying to fix the grid here, or the topology. Finally, I go ahead and select the vertices 2 by 2 and hitting bridge, just because, you know, it wasn't working all that well with the cut. I don't know why Max has such problems when you're cutting some small parts or parts that are hard to see. But anyway, we're continuing. I forgot to make the last cut there. I'm going to do so now. Making the connect again. Okay, I think that's better. So now we can select that middle edge here that obviously isn't supposed to be there, and hitting control backspace and deleting it along with all the vertices that on it. But it seems that I haven't deleted everything. I have to go on the bottom and the top part and deleting the edge seams there. I check out what's the problem, you know, for not being able to select whoop select that edge there, but yeah, I found it here at the bottom, but you know, the two edges are very close together and it's very hard to see, so I've decided to remove the whole whoop edge whoop there, and I'm going to create a new one, because obviously something was wrong there. Maybe the symmetry weld some vertices together, and they were giving me problems. I hope that you can see these edges here. I know this compressed video, and after everything is cleaned up, I'm going to ring select all of the edges and making new connections, fixing the problem this way, and now I can edge loop select this edge here, and I'm going to delete it, and I'll have to make you know, the same thing for the top part. Not exactly the same, actually the ring selection wasn't being able to go through that edge there because of the welded vertices in the middle, and that's why I'm going to make a few cuts here which will help me you know, fix that problem here, and delete that middle edge. Yeah, as you can see, everything's fixed now. I'm going to create those, how do you call them, fins, or I don't know, it's some kind of grill or whatever. I will call them fins. I'm going to create the fins on the side, starting off with a box. I'm going to convert it to editable poly and start refining it, deleting the final polygons there at the sides because we don't need them. They intersect with the rest of the geometry and will never be seen. So I've just aligned that box to the center of the element. This will make it easier for us to make copies on the sides. Okay, I'm going to center the pivot to the center of the object, and I'm going to use the rotation by making rotating it 30 degrees, I think. No, actually, how many degrees was that? I missed that. Maybe it was 60. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so yeah, 60 degrees, and making 5 more copies. Okay, so now I think that's looking good. I'm just going to isolate the motor and this part here at the front by themselves, looking around the model, thinking if everything's looking good. I've selected the back edge border of edges, I don't know, and I'm going to drag them in, just so if you look inside the model from some, I don't know, some angle, you won't see blackness. You see some parts there going in, going through the motor, how it's actually in reality. Okay, making a few connects there, just so everything's you know, how it should be, smooth it properly. Okay, I think that's better. I've deleted the mesh smooth of the front element, and I've selected my main body of the motor and attached the front part. This way, you know, when you delete the mesh smooth, you don't end up having mesh smooth over another mesh smooth, you know, because the element that you were attaching already has had mesh smooth. What I'm doing now is selecting those vertices there, and I'm going to scale them a bit just to get the shape better, like so. I'm going to take the bolts at the side, and I'm going to copy the bolt to the element. I'm going to scale it a bit and position it, making another copy on the other side as well. Okay, once everything is done, I'm going to check how it's looking. I think that's looking pretty good. And now I'm going to select this part there and delete it, because I've noticed on my reference that that's the way it should be. And I'm going to move the bolt to that little ears there. They look like ears. And yeah, I'm going to check how it's looking now with the mesh smooth, and I think that's looking good. So I'm just looking at my reference here. Okay, so now we're going to move to the back side of the motor. We're going to create a geometry there. We don't actually have a reference picture of this part of the machine, but I went on the internet and searched of a few references looking at the back of motors, and I memorized the shape, and I'm making it now, showing you what it should be. You can basically make it any shape you want, because in the end you're going to this is going to be a personal project. It's not something you're doing for your boss or something like that, and you can have some freedom on that, to create whatever you want. Anyway, once I think I'm done, I'm going to continue and make the extension of the bow there with that cylindrical part at the back. It's some kind of rowing mechanism there, that there's a belt, and when the motor is spinning, it's also spinning the belt, which is spinning another gear down the machine, and that all together is moving the parts together in the machine, basically making it work. So I'm just taking a look at my reference again. I'm going to create that rowing mechanism that I was talking about. I'm gonna create a few extrusions, making the scale here. Okay, so now I'm making a connection inside there, and I'm chamfering it just to double the edges. Again, making a connection in the middle, selecting the vertices and scaling them all up, and this way I can create this tunnel that the belt is rowing in. Again, checking out a few reference pictures here, just to see if I got the shape right. Okay, I'm going to select these edges there, and I'm going to convert my selection in vertices and scale them apart, because I've seen on the reference that that part there in the middle is straight, just so the belt can go through. It's a flat belt. So now I've selected the back part, I mean the top part over there, and I'm going to make a few adjustments here, because I don't think it's exactly like on the reference pictures. Also, I'm going to fix up this geometry there, move everything into place. so it's not intersecting in any way. Okay, again I'm going to select that back element there, going to scale it a bit. Just looking around my model, trying to fix a few proportions there, to move some things around, to match the reference picture better. Although I'm not trying to make an exact copy of the machine, I have some freedom to create some of the forms or change them. But anyhow, I'm trying to create something in between, just so it looks quite like the machine in reality, but it has some parts fixed and therefore looking better. I've just dragged those back side vertices there to the main part, and I've made a connection there. And now I'm going to select those faces here that were made from the selection. Just going to weld that and make an extrude like so. Okay, so now I'm going to move them those parts there to the back, just so they touch the machine, and again making the connections to harden the edges there. Okay, that's looking good. I'll just have to copy that bolt there, position it on the right spot like so. Make a few copies just like that. Okay, that's already looking good. It's slightly different from the original shape, but I think that's looking better like this, so I'm going to leave it this way. Okay, again I'm checking out my finished parts, looking at them from all angles. I've decided that I'm going to create that box part there at one of the sides of the motor. So I'm going to the front view and starting off with a box, I'm going to position it properly and recreate that part. Convert it of course to editable poly. Start fixing it up, making a connection there, chamfering it a bit, selecting the bottom polygons, scaling them up a bit, moving them closer to the top ones. Okay, make another connection here down there and another vertically. I'm going to delete the bottom polygon since there are some cables that go inside this. It's kind of like the protective shell of these cables, of the connection of the cables there. I'm going to select all of these polygons and perform an extrude on the Wacom normal, like this. And of course don't forget to add all the connections to harden the edges. Make sure you don't miss any of the sides, and also that the back side here is it has bigger smoothing than the rest of the this part. Okay. Once I think I'm ready, I've copied the front. I've instant copied the mesh smooth uh, modifier, and I've seen how the shape is looking with the smoothing turned on. I've decided that I should move those vertices a bit back, like so. I will check out how this is looking now. Again, I have some problem here. Maybe I need to restart my computer. Maybe it's starting to have some problems. I've managed to select the back edges, and I've made a connection there with two segments. I'm just going to move those back and move those closer together, like so. Yeah, as you can see, that's looking better already. So I'm going to position it into place, but first, of course, assign the standard material and black color. Okay, so I'm going to position it on its place, rotate it properly, move it down a bit, just fix it up good. Okay, so once I have it into place, I can go ahead and start making the cables that go inside it. First I'm going to make the bolt at the back. Probably that's the bolt that's holding the object in place to the motor. Okay, I'm going to position it properly, scale it a bit, it should be bigger, and center it in the middle of this element. I've actually deleted it because it turns out that I don't need the back side of the boat, I need the front side of the boat. So that's why I'm you know, making a copy of another boat, this time the front part of the boat. Or actually the top one, the top part, not the front one. Okay, center it over there. And attaching it to that protector there. So what's left for us to do now is those cables we talked about. I'm just starting with creating a box here. This box will represent my holder, you know, the metal plate that's bended to hold the cables together in one place. I'm going to create the shape, delete the back polygons, make a connection in the middle to harden the sides, also there and there. I'm going to check out my reference, position it on the proper spot, and I'm going to attach it to that main part there. I'm going to use that bolt. I'm going to copy it, center the pivot, and position it into place on the side of that holder here. Okay, that's good. I'm going to bring it in and make another copy of it on the other side and attach both of them. Yeah, that's looking good now. So we can start with the cables. I'm just taking a look at my reference, thinking which cables go where. Just going to make the hole of the holder a bit bigger, and I'm going to start right away with my first cable. Start from a line, and finish right about there. Now I'm going to position the spline properly, move the vertices where they should be, convert some of them maybe to a different type of vertex there. Okay, I'm just going to try to get an interesting shape, more like on the reference, because when we know that on the reference the cables are staying natural, you know, they have their natural position. So if we try to match that as close as possible, we will be ensuring ourselves that we have natural looking cables, so then they don't look kind of odd, you know, and uh, staying how they shouldn't be, they can't be actually in reality. So the reference here is something that we should use in this case. I'm just trying to fix that. So I'm going to position the final vertex where it should be. It's somewhere in that box there. Okay, move the vertices a bit, convert that one to smooth, and position everything properly. It's a lot of tweaking here. No, it's not something hard. It's not something that's you have to be a pro to do it, or be very good, or have a lot of experience. It's just something that you have to tweak a bit until you get it. Trying to select that vertex there. Convert it to Bezier corner. Sorry for that. So okay, I think that's looking good. And what's left for us to do now is create the final cable, the third cable here. So again, I'm going to select the center spline, and I'm going to make a copy of it, again holding the shift and dragging my selection, and after that going to fix up the vertices a bit. Okay, position that properly, all of the vertices. Okay, so now yeah, I think that's looking good. So now I'm going to go to the middle spline and move that vertex down a bit because it wasn't sitting where it should be. I just took a look at my reference. I have noticed that the position of this cable here is a bit different, and there are some other smaller cables that go from it to the protector here. So I'm trying to match the shape here. Just position the smaller spline here properly, and moving the vertices how they should be. Okay, again moving that bit down to the side, making them different, just so it's looking more interesting. You can always copy the same spline, copy it a few times, keep it the same, but if you make them a bit different, it will be more interesting, you know. It will go a long ways. I think so. That's what I'm going to do here, but you can do whatever you prefer. Okay, so now I'm going to select my middle spline here. I'm going to attach all of these. Actually, I can't attach those up there, but I'm going to attach the big ones. And I'm going to assign standard material and the black color to them, and this will be actually the end of the video. I'm just going to make a small adjustment here, making a scale to fix that. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to move that motor here just a bit to the side, which means I have to move that protector here also a bit to the side, and adjust these cables here, these splines. And yeah, fixing that on its place. So after I'm done, this will be actually the end of the video now. Don't forget to save your project, and I'm going to see you in the next part when we're going to continue the high poly modeling. So bye bye.